will this approach make some applications feasible or easier than before? There will be some easy solution or feasible solution than before people have proposed, because it's an extension, like we told before, that it's an extension of novel idea which has been already proposed or published before. And does the paper link well to the other developments in the last few years in the same area? Means it's a chronological order, you see, and then your paper is linking with the already published literature. So you have to see that it is a linkage between the already published schemes. Now we see the standard papers, like I told you, that's a long papers. The paper that can be of the following types. It's a totally original technique. When you are going to publish a paper, either it should be a totally original, you are giving a new thing, you are giving a new direction, you are giving a new methodology or new process or new framework, right? Or modified and detailed variation of existing technique, or some technique has been already proposed before by some other researchers, and you are just going to modify it in the detail and giving a new kind of thing in that. Okay, for example, somebody has solved a problem by fractional Fourier transform in signal processing. Now you are going to propose a solution by fractional wavelet transform, or maybe some other kind of fractional Fresnel transform like this, and you are doing detailed analysis of that, right? An integration of known methods with tailor making for a particular application. And of course you are doing integration with the some kind of seminal papers or this kind of stuff. You can integrate with this also. And detailed comparison paper. Of course, when you are going to publish a paper, standard paper, which is detailed paper, you have to perform comparisons with the already published schemes. For example, we take the example of recognition, face recognition or iris recognition. Okay, somebody says that I publish, my system achieves the result of 98% of the recognition. Okay, some person said that my system achieves 98.5. Then you have to compare your scheme that your system is achieving 99%. Then you have to compare your results, how it's achieving the 99% accuracy. You have a question? And what are the criteria? It's almost the same, but 2 or 3 points are different for judging this paper. How original is the novelty introduced, if extension, then major or minor? Originality is the very important thing for writing any paper, even it is letter or standard paper or that short paper. Novelty is very important thing, and originality is very important. Is the paper technically correct? It's the same as that. The paper should be technically correct. If their technical details are wrong and your idea is wrong, your methodology is wrong, then of course you are giving a wrong impact to the people, or maybe you are giving a wrong knowledge. You have to go on this way, you are telling somebody you go this way. Of course, what will happen at the end? Is the paper to the point? It is also important. You don't need to write stories in the papers. This is right to the point, that this is the thing that we did. Don't say that here and there and just waste the time of the reader and waste the time of the reviewer also. Yes, you are saying absolutely right, that, but to the point. Keep the things to the point. Means it's not that you are just writing something without unnecessarily you are writing something and giving the length to the paper. Just what is the thing you are solving this problem, and write the solution of that problem to the point. Don't go here and there and you speak and you write so many things which are unnecessary for the paper. Then reviewer has objection on these things also. Being an author, because being an author, we also receive this problem. Sometimes reviewer says me, okay, this section 2 has this paragraph here. We don't need this. Remove this section. Remove this paragraph from there. Or maybe he said that why you write this thing? Why you did not write in this manner? So this is the way of the thing. Because when I am writing my paper, I think it is okay. Everything is okay in that. But the other person who is the reviewer, who is sitting behind the scene, but he is seeing the thing in other perspective. I am seeing the thing like this, and he is seeing from other perspective, it will be different. So this is the basically thing which we have to consider. And an exhaustive comparison has been performed. We have to see this thing, because when we are going to publish a standard paper, then we need detailed comparisons and exhaustive comparisons in that paper against the already published literature. And the data set, is the data set appropriate enough to represent the world scenario? Like I give example of here, like face recognition. Okay, for example, you are doing research in face recognition, if you are using a small database of only 200 people and you are testing your algorithm in that. But for example, if your system will go to the national database, face recognition system, there are thousands of millions of people in the database. So you have to use a big data set or database to evaluate the performance of your system. So it should also be important. And I rejected many papers in biometric field because people have not used a good data set. Maybe they are just using 200 images of recognizing a person in the database. So it is not good. But when we implement the system in the practical scenario, then it will not work like this. There will be not 200 people, there will be thousands of people. So there are many big data sets available. So we have to evaluate the performance of our system against that data set. It's also very important. I am just giving example of this field, but there are so many other fields you can compare with. And does the paper link well to the development? Yes, this is also very important, the same thing we have. But this paper, standard paper, will give you more references. This I am telling you. Means it will give you the overview of the whole field within last 10 to 15 to 20 years. It's possible. But short paper does not contain this. Short paper has normally 8 to 9 or 10 references. You will see this thing. If you go to the transaction, that short paper will have lesser references. But long paper normally, or this standard paper normally have 20, 25, 30 references. Even I tell you my example, recently I am revising a paper, I got revision. That author, that reviewer says that I cited 22 or 23 references. He says that your references are very low. I think you should have 30 kind of references. I don't know why he gave me this comment. But sometimes references, they say that more references, give more detail in your introduction. It depends upon, the reviewer to reviewer. Survey paper. As the name shows that it is doing a very long study of a already existing field. This paper contains the review, a paper that reviews the state of the art research in the research area, covering last few years of work in that area. Actually, this paper, survey paper, is a review paper which just reviews the already published state of the art in the same field. Have you gone through a survey paper? Like I give example recently because I am biometric scientist. Like Anil Jain has published a lot of papers, survey papers on biometrics, or many other people are also publishing. Why survey paper is important? It is organized as a container. Things are here and there, here and there, and survey paper is a container of those all the things. It gives you, especially for the beginners, this is 100% recommended for the beginner students or researchers to read survey papers or tutorial papers first. Why? Because it will contain all the field within last 10 to 15 years of references in that paper, and you will get the overall field, overall overview of the field in a nutshell. There will be 50 or 60 or 70 references at the end, and then he will be covering every reference, and he will be telling that why this paper, what they did in that paper, and how it was good strategy, and how another person did that thing, and how it is better than previous one. So it is giving the overall picture of the field. So survey papers are very important papers. It give you insight, thorough insight in the field. Like when I started my research in 2003 in biometrics field, when I was doing my PhD, then first I read the biometrics survey paper. Then I got what is this field, how many people, because you can know by references, you can know how many people and who is working and who is influential people, because you can see the references. Oh, Anil Jain, one reference, two, third, fourth, fifth, how many references, who is the person, okay, Google him. Then you see that, so these survey papers give you, a lot of things in one, at one place. But if you start searching your papers yourself, then you will have, a lot of difficulties, because so many databases are there, ACM, IEEE, and elsewhere, and SPY, and World Scientific, where you will search. But you take the survey paper first, and it will give you the idea of the field, knowledge of the field. Then you can backtrack that references and download all the references and read it. So survey papers are very important for the beginners. Yep. When you take the paper, it will be 30 pages long, then you can know this is survey. It will be having a lot of references at the end. Secondly, there will be no more mathematics. This is also judging, because there will be only kind of, they are giving references and telling that what they did, because survey paper does not contain a lot of mathematics. This is also one of the criteria. Any other question? Yep. survey methods. Mhm. Yes, actually that papers have been, that research field is already existing. We are just reviewing that field, and we are writing what people have done in that thing to give the idea to the new people. Who they want to start their career, they can have the idea of the whole field in a paper, in a container. Yes, it's you are just reviewing